One weird but interesting thing that's happened with Modern Warfare 2's post-launch story is it has seemed very kind of disconnected and not really that linear, since all of the seasonal cutscenes haven't really followed directly on from one another, and they've been very much self-contained, with some not even really having any real story significance. For example, Season 1's cutscene just saw Zeus on Al-Mazrah, and that really wasn't part of some sort of overarching storyline. And of course, we've also had the raid storyline, which didn't really matter that much, since it just saw the return of Alex, and also Farah was in the story, of course, and at the end, Farah reunited with Hadir, who then unfortunately died, and warned of Makarov's Russian ultranationalist Connie invading Urzikstan, and that's where we were pretty much left with that. But for example, in the Season 3 cutscene, we learned that Valeria escaped from prison, and then we know that Alejandro Vargas is going to go after her, but there was never really any continuation from that. And then Season 4's cutscene, of course, with Graves returning, that was all to do with the Modern Warfare 3 reveal event in a Warzone. Again, all of Modern Warfare 2's post-launch story has been very disconnected. If we look back at Modern Warfare 2019's, it seems like all of the seasonal cutscenes follow directly on from one another, and again, if we look at Black Ops Cold War, all of the seasonal cutscenes followed one storyline, which eventually led with Stitch dying at the end, but beforehand he let Adler know that Perseus would continue. Perseus won, it's an ideology that'll continue forever. That was the message. It doesn't matter if he dies, because the idea to usurp the Western world will live on forever through the name of Perseus. Well, I thought that was all nice. I think the storytelling got really good in Black Ops Cold War. Then moving over to Vanguard, and I think this was largely in part due to that game underperforming, but the post-launch story started getting very messy. It seems to be a bit cohesive in the first couple seasons, and then it just completely divulged into nonsense. Of course, we had the Godzilla stuff, Butcher telling crazy stories in the bunker. It just started to make no sense. Of course, the last season, of course, saw Last Stand with a bunch of returning characters, Menendez, Al-Assad, Rourke from COD Ghost, and even Seraph from Black Ops 3. But I guess that was all fine, because it seems like Vanguard was just performing so poorly that they just decided to do crazy things and throw any story plans they had out of the window, because Vanguard was initially planned to have a sequel, but due to it underperforming, it'll never have that now. But moving over to Modern Warfare 2, I'm not really sure why the post-launch story has been so messy, because we saw Valeria escape from the prison. However, we've just learned with Season 5 Reloaded that Valeria and Makarov are now going to be working together, because in DMZ we've received some updates following the aftermath of the Modern Warfare 3 reveal event in Warzone, where of course Makarov's Russian ultranationalist Connie infiltrated Shadow Company to extract the deadly missiles and gas from Al-Mazrah to use to invade Urzikstan and other parts of the world. They hid within Shadow Company to secure their success, and in DMZ we have learned that Shadow Company are accepting their failure at Rogue Arsenal, and we need to try and intercept Makarov's team. And we also learned that Makarov is now working with the Las Almas Mexican cartel to transport this deadly gas, so there's a good chance that we could see Valeria helping Makarov in Modern Warfare 3's campaign after she escaped from prison in the Season 3 cutscene, and then we may see Alejandro go after her. And the reason why I think this is significant is I do think everything that's been happening in Modern Warfare 2's post-launch story will factor into the overarching story in some way. It's just not going to be as linear and as direct. So for example, we'll see Valeria probably return in Modern Warfare 3's campaign, but it's not really going to be explained as to why, because we got that season cutscene before with her escaping, and even though it seemed very self-contained at the time, I guess it'll harp back on in the future. And I guess the same with Graves returning. You know, it was just via a season cutscene, and then it led into the reveal event, but it was very much self-contained, and it's really only been the raids that had some kind of overarching story, but in the end it all fizzled out and wasn't really that meaningful. I hope this changes with Modern Warfare 3, and the post-launch story is a lot more cohesive and following on from one another. As I was saying, I don't really know why with Modern Warfare 2 it's not been. Maybe it's just because Modern Warfare 3 was right around the corner, so they weren't really able to plan out a proper overarching story, because that's all saved from Modern Warfare 3's campaign, so they just needed to, you know, fill in the gaps in the post-launch story instead. Now, with Valeria and the cartel working with Makarov, we have recently learned, according to Brian Bloom, who was one of the lead writers of Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, and will be writing for Modern Warfare 3 as well, that unlike the original Modern Warfare trilogy, which of course ended with a trilogy, this new Modern Warfare reboot is planned to set up many sequels in the future. So there will be a Modern Warfare 4, probably Infinity Ward's next game, which will probably be either 2025 or 2026, we'll have to wait and see. And he says that the franchise is also set up to develop many characters and even spin-offs in the future. So we know that there are rumors potentially about getting a Simon Ghost Riley origin story in terms of its own game, because the writers have said they want to do that. So we might get some sort of spin-off game called Modern Warfare Ghost that could tell its origin story and also retcon and integrate some of the COD Ghost storyline into the Modern Warfare reboot. And we could even get a game that's just focused around the cartel and Valeria and Alejandro. For example, we could get Modern Warfare Las Almas. I feel like all future Call of Duty games will either be in the Modern Warfare franchise or the Black Ops sub-franchise, because every time that Call of Duty has created another sub-franchise that's not in those, for example COD Ghosts, Vanguard, COD World War II, Advanced Warfare, etc., they've not worked out well and they have not seen sequels. The only sequels we've gotten is for Modern Warfare and Black Ops, so I think moving forward in the future, that's all we're going to be seeing. Modern Warfare and Black Ops games, there won't be any other spin-offs because Activision just can't be bothered to take that risk about creating a whole new sub-franchise with new characters. Why not just use characters we already have, especially considering Modern Warfare and Black Ops are now within one timeline, they're in one storyline, so they don't really need to create any new sub-franchises. They can just integrate Black Ops and Modern Warfare characters into them. They could even do a game where both the Modern Warfare characters and the Black Ops characters are both main characters in a Call of Duty game. But anyways, that's everything I want to say in this video. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.